Hi guys, PWW Daniel01 back again with another video. YouTube is a funny place. There are no rules on how often to make a video. There are some rules on the content of the video. So I'm hoping that the newer content that I'm bringing to you is okay. Some of it can be dark, but unfortunately, like I've already said to some of my some of the messages that I've got, you have to go to a dark place. If I want to help some of you guys that are, that hopefully will approach me, I have to be honest with my own dark place. You have to dive into those places that may be too hard to talk about to get to the end, the end of the road. It feels like 20 years I've been fighting not just people, but my own constant battle. Along the way there have been girls, there have been children, there have been possibly alcohol abuse. Thankfully I haven't had much trouble with the law. I've tried to keep myself relatively clean where the law is concerned, but everyone has a past, and mine a lot of the time involved my children that I love to death, of which I've got their names on my arm, and I think for a long time, this is the thing I wanted to touch on, that when you're in that frame of mind, some people I'm hoping my video has reached to that are maybe depressed. I have a very strong feeling that most depressed people they react the same way. They don't want help. They don't like admitting help. They don't like the attention. In fact, I think most depressed people just suffer in silence, in a quiet place, on their own. I need you to take a leap of faith and help yourself. My father passed away October 2017. The same month I was moving house. We lived in a flat, me and my partner. We lived in a very small place in a very small village, and I had just moved in with her not long before that, being from a very large town, moving to a very small village away from what I knew and my children, and it was very scary. And I did it whilst I was in that depressed state, trying to make my life better. At the time as well, I was focused on, as some of you guys know that have been in touch with me recently, a lot of you guys have followed me through a lot of the attempted streams and YouTube videos that I've tried doing, like Rocket League and FIFA and that sort of thing. And October 2017 was the first month I had ever earned any money publicly streaming. And for many years, as I've been a gamer my whole life, back when I was as old as my children, when Mega Drive came out and the Nintendos came out, I was in love with gaming. I loved them, which many kids being that age loved playing games of any sort. I was very athletic, and I was very much into computer games. And for all this time, being the 36-year-old man now, I still play computer games. I love them. They stimulate my brain to a certain, but they did change actually. 10 years ago they were just games, but now it's more of a community-based thing for me. I have some very close friends. I have a best friend who I try to see that isn't local to me, and I have some other very, very good friends. One of them was from America that I've met recently. I've got a friend from Liverpool that I've met recently as well. I've got friends all over the place online that I am trying to piece together to show that we're not just a community online. So what I'm trying to get at is everyone has their own coping mechanisms. Years ago, I couldn't figure out my coping mechanisms. I was in a very dark place. I was very alone. I had people lying around me, not knowing who to trust, whether it was family or friends. I was seeing people, including my current partner, and who knows which way to turn, which is the right direction to go. When you're in that state of mind, everything is a risk, and that is why today a lot of people look at me like I'm a very cautious person. I don't take risks. I don't bet on things. Whether it's for money or otherwise, I don't do bets. I'm a very careful person because I don't want to lose anything that I have earned since then, whether it be family or possession. So life for the last 20 years, it seems such a short time. I don't know if this is the time that my father lectured me, and probably most parents lecture their children about waking up one day being a lot older and having your life just pass before your eyes just like that. Now my father is gone. I can't ask him for advice anymore. I've got other members of my family, such as my eldest daughter, who I currently don't hear much from. Lots of people are hurting around me, and all I feel like I want to do is reach out to them and help them, whether it's my mother, my grandmother, or my daughter. So you would have thought I'd learned through all of the years I've been trying to help people and having it thrown back. You can't give up, and I haven't given up. I've been in some of the most destructive relationships possible, and I really mean that. It's been when you're in my position making a video like this, the people that you're talking about are most probably watching. So some people, some people might not care, some people do care and are cautious. Everyone has their own opinion and feeling on the here and now. And I have never been the sort of person to slander anyone's name. I'm a very caring person, so I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to go into any details that I believe may hurt other people. But certainly, my longest relationship, my main relationship in my life, was the most destructive, and it was so heartbreaking to me, being a very caring person. it's kind of like when you know, maybe some of you feel like you get some really strong gut feelings in your life, whether it's it doesn't matter what it's about. I've always been that sort of person that gets really strong gut feelings about things, where you feel like, I mean, you watch a lot of Jeremy Kyle or something, that people have a feeling that someone's cheating, or, you know, but sometimes an individual is right a lot, where some other people can make it up due to paranoia, and that is one of the emotions that comes in to play with depression. You know, you can make things up in your head, stories. Who is she with? You know, where have they been? Hours can seem like minutes, and minutes can seem like hours. It is horrible. It's a horrible life. My son was in hospital on 2 occasions. Broke his legs twice. Both of them. 2 legs. Multiple breakages. Multiple casts on his legs. I had to stay in hospital with him. In fact, the doctors put the cast on his leg too tight, and I had to hold my son down, only a toddler, holding him down, screaming while they cut his cast into. He was screaming, I was crying. You can't get much more dark than that. It was one of the worst times of my life. And it didn't get better. It didn't get better after that. It got worse. It got so much worse over the years after that. And you have to just persevere. It was so bad. So, if you're in that position and you feel like no one can help you, you can't help yourself, you have no money, you have no car, you have no possessions, you have no family, what the hell are you supposed to do? Me, I mean, my honest opinion of what I did, I wasted 10 years of my life hiding away from the world in numerous rooms, not talking to anyone, not eating, waiting to die. You have to help yourself. You have to, I know we're getting a bit dark on my story, but this is a plan I want to try and do, and if nothing comes out of this, then fair enough. I know some people are watching this. I thank you so much for the people that have liked my first couple of videos back, and some people that have bothered to download Discord. I know there are other things I could have used, like WhatsApp, but you have to give out your number for that. I wanted to use something that was private and confidential to people's information. So please, while we're on the subject, download Discord. It's very easy to use. Copy and paste the link that I'm providing to come into my Discord group, and we can talk in there either as a group, or we can figure out a way to talk privately. Having been through, apart from being through a divorce, I've probably been through most of the hardships that there is in life. And before people throw things at me, I've never been adopted or that sort of thing. That's also a very hard bit of life. But I have been abused in several ways, which I should probably leave for a private conversation. But you are not on your own, and that's what I'm trying to put across. I am quite a lazy person. I'm not going to lie. Everyone has slated me for being so lazy. I am a lazy guy, but I've been adding people that I may know and that I don't know. I'm trying to share this information as many places as I can. I'm having lots of wonderful family that are advising me on whether use to Snapchat or Facebook or Twitter, which I'm not a social media buff, but I will do it for you, because at my worst times I wish there had been someone there for me, even if it was a stranger. Most people nowadays have an internet connection, and that's all you need. I mean, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when I was in trouble, they didn't have public Wi-Fi connections in places like even McDonald's. You could quite easily just order a Coke from McDonald's. Go to your local McDonald's, order a Coke, and use their Wi-Fi. Get in Discord. Get in my channel and talk to me. And I do have a full-time job, which I will try and juggle. I really want to do this. It's something that I really want to focus on. I'm not going to bother with computers. I'm doing this on my phone. No computers, no microphones, no cameras, just you and me. We'll talk. If it was me 5 years ago, I would not seek myself. I'm urging you to please make that step. I'm not the only person out there that can help you. I'm not a doctor, but I have a lot of experience in depression, in mental health, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, being sick for no apparent reason and feeling so bad afterwards because there's been no alcohol, there's been no drugs, there's been nothing apart from you just worrying about your damn self and just throwing it randomly. It's stupid. I'm there for you. I want to be there for you. And if you are in a depressed state, like, I've even got some family myself that are depressed. I don't want to name names. I know of them, and they need help. I have always tried being there for them, whether they open up or not, and you're in the same boat. So I'm going to try and make a lot of these videos. They are going to seem dark, so I apologise to some people that are used to seeing a lot of my comedy, some of my gameplay. I want to broaden what I show, some of my content. I'm never going to be a million subscriber kind of channel. I want to do what I do when I want to do it, and if I can make a difference to anyone's life, then wouldn't that be so much better? It'd be awesome. So, all jokes aside, all mocking aside, I've got work in the morning. I'm looking forward to my my little spray booth. I spray furniture, by the way. I love it. It's one of my coping mechanisms. I've always been a lover of two things: gaming and furniture. Pine, oak, mahogany, teak. The feel of the... I'm going to get some rip here. The feel of some wood in the palm of your hand. The smell of it, the feel of it, I love it. I've always loved working with tools, screwdrivers, chisels, filler, wood filler, dyes, lacquers. I've always been a fan. So this video again is going on too long. I know the rules of YouTube videos, you've got to keep them short, but everyone has a coping mechanism. As long as it's not incredibly dangerous, fixate on those coping mechanisms, and whatever works for you, just try it. Because I've been back working again, back into society, like the great Jeremy Carr would say. I've been back working again, 1.5 years. I'm working very hard, pushing my body to the limit, and I'm doing it for my dad. It's backwards, isn't it? Because it's on video. It's Jeff, my father. So I look at that every day while I'm spraying and while I'm trying to explore out again, you know, going on little trips away that I was never used to, and I'm working it. I'm trying to get back into life again. So I'm gonna stop rabbiting on. Get in touch with me. I am on Discord. I have the notifications switched on. I've had I've had some notifications on there already. So if you are in that position, please get in touch with me, and I would be so happy to just talk about your problems and options that you have, and I will do any amount of research with you to improve your situation. I mean that. So I'm not doing any of these videos scripted. I haven't got any notes whatsoever. I'm just talking about a little bit of my experiences each day and what I can do to help you. I've been PWW Daniel 01. PWW, that's where it's at. And hopefully in a few days we can start talking about some happier things. For now, let's get the dark stuff out the way, and I'll see you in a day or so. PWW out. Love you guys. Take care.